Alright guys, well, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to put together a short video here of the deck installation around my pool. In one of the previous videos, you see the pool going up. So if you note right here, the pool is currently not installed. So it was just the whole layout piece. I needed to know where the pool was going to be at before I could lay that deck out. So obviously the pool is in place now, so we're going ahead and marking our locations for our holes, and fired up the Bobcat 873 and started drilling my holes out. And I had to shave down a little bit of soil there up next to the house, and we'll have a band board tied into the concrete, so I need to get that lowered. And you go through, clean out all the holes, and then it started getting dark on us, so we went ahead and started placing the sackcrete in the holes because I wanted it to be ready for the following morning. So here we are next morning. Sackcrete is set up and we are ready to start putting posts in the ground. So I set up my center beam point on the left side and the right, and I pull a string line in between the two, and then basically just start cutting my posts and put them in, set them to the string line, and tamping the soil around it, make sure everything's good and square. And I had an additional beam that was going to set up next to the pool. I laid it off the pool about 2 feet. I have plenty of structure using a 2x8 for support out next to the pool, but I needed to have room up through there to attach the band board, and I didn't want to get into the foundation of the pool either. So got those set, and then starting to put the posts up on the front. And then there's a little section here, if you note, now we've got some lime underneath where the deck is. I didn't catch that on camera, so I used the skid loader and brought the lime in and got all that laid down. That's just going to cut down on, the mud and erosion that's going to happen over time. Keep this all packed in. Then we start laying out the floor joists, and make sure you crown them. Every piece of wood will have a crown to it, and you always want that to be up when you're building a deck. So I had to go through, crown them, laid everything out on 16-inch centers, and then just started putting it together. So at this point, we're going ahead and putting in the posts for the railing and get those cut. And I got a string line up there. It's kind of hard to see, but it's got a rough height where we're going to be. I left them long so that we can shave them off once I get ready to do my railing, but I didn't want to have a bunch of excess. I think I had 14, maybe it was 16 foot 4x4, so basically just cut those in half. Laid them in there, got them plumbed up, and got my distances set between them evenly, and backfilled and tamped them. And then just getting everything prepped for the other floor joists on the back side of the porch there, where the band board's going to be screwed into the concrete. So we're getting those crowned and laid out so that they'll be readily available. Getting the band board up and fastened and drill those holes in. Had to take a little break there for a minute, but got those drilled out, put the anchor bolts in, put the joist hangers on it, and put it in place. And now we're setting in the additional floor joists, or the remaining floor joists on the end. We'll get all those secured in place. See a couple of holes that are still open. Those are going to be for the 4x4s on the railing. Didn't want to get them set until I have my band boards in place. So I kind of got those cut, got my outer band board on, got those plumbed up and tamped in. Now we're working on the railing. I use the metal spindles, got those from Home Depot. It really makes a nice finish when you're done. There's quite a bit of work involved in it, but if you just take your time, it'll really make a nice look. So I was getting those finished up. I had to use a ratchet strap there on the top of the posts, so they weren't just exactly parallel, maybe a ½ inch or so different. So you just take that ratchet strap and just tie them together and get your railing screwed in. That was laying out the last little bit of railing there by the house. I'm getting ready to go through and put on the decking materials. So I got it cut around my post, got that first run in place, and that pretty much called it a night. So the following morning, I had my dad come down and he started helping us here and started laying out our deck boards, getting our pattern figured out. And if you've never put down decking, you need just a little bit of gap between each of your boards. When those boards cure, they're going to shrink a little bit anyway, but you don't want to shove them up tight. So we went out about 4 feet, popped a line from one end to the other, and then just kind of set some even spacing down through there so we had room for water to drain. Then here we're working on the railing on the other side where we're sliding all the decking material for the floor through, getting that finished up. And then we're continuing just basically the rest of the detail work around the edge. Then we're able to get our second shipment of the deck boards. Last summer was kind of unique with the whole COVID thing going on. We were unable to get all of the material in one shot that we needed. So I think there's a week or 2 week time lapse between the first section of flooring and then the second. You can tell the difference in the color. But we were able to finally get it, and we're just getting those laid out and ready to go. So most of the flat work from the house out to the pool edge is done. We've got this curved corner right here that we're going to be working on. And I've got my skimmer right there in the corner, and the skimmer, we just left it underneath the edge of the deck and have a little access door right there to get to it. So you're going to see that get covered up. And just worked around the angle of the pool. Got the rest of the deck boards in place. And then we're closing off the edge with the extra that we had. Makes for a nice clean look. Get those in place and screwed in. And then we're just going to go through some kind of some slideshow pictures here. There's the bobcat that we used. Here's our beams that we had situated. I've got a laser level right out there in the middle. It's really a transit, laser transit, and that's how I set my grade for my beam. So got it level, established the point, and then just transferred it through, and lots of strings. There's my help taking a break. And here's the pull side floor joists going in. The side closest to the house, we kind of got laid out there. Again, you've seen all these in the time lapse. It's just some still shots here. Getting everything laid out and secured. It's a pretty good little project. I think I got about $5,500 wrapped up in the deck. And it was a 22 feet out. And then I think we had 32 feet wide. So pretty decent size. There's a shot of it at night. There's my daughter. She liked getting in front of the time-lapse camera quite often. So anyway, so we're getting all of that done in the summer of 2020. And then we've got landscaping that'll be going around here. I'll have that up in another video, and you can see that process as well. And we put the skid loader to work on it. More shots of the deck. I think there was, I don't know, maybe 3,000 screws. It was outrageous. Screws were hard to find as well. You could only find, you know, maybe a box or two at a time. So shopped around all over. You just have to wait till they come in. So it took a little bit to get every single board 100% screwed down, but finally got it completed. And again, you can tell the difference in color of the material and the timeline. I just left my gooseneck set up right there, and we just cut those boards right off that gooseneck. It worked out pretty good. Put the chop saw up there, and you just solder it in place and make your cut, and then slide it onto the deck. And there's the night shot. Turned out nice. So that's our process on building the deck. And here's the end result.
2, 3.
Chloe, wake it!
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the deck build. Please hit like and subscribe and turn on your notification bells. Have a good day.